I've got two dumb suggestions for the intro
Okay.
from cool ones that I've seen before. There's Peter McKinnon and Maddie Hapoya. They have a podcast that they don't do anymore. But what they would do is it would start with the visual of you seeing them talking, but music over it. Okay,
Oh,
so you
that's
don't
so
hear them at all.
good.
And it's for maybe like 10 seconds and it just fades out and you're like, what are they saying? They look like they're having a good conversation and you want to hear it. And then it just flows into literally whatever they're saying. That's a cool one. Or this guy, Max Tuning, he does a really funny one where he takes like 3 to 5 second sound bites and shows so kind of like the highlights of the video, but pieced together. So you almost like it's not supposed to make sense, but it's kind of supposed to be funny.
Before.
So they start off as that's what starts the video. So you're almost excited for what's to come, basically. So those are a few ways. Yeah, he's a fitness dude, and now he owns a sour candy company that's going to be worth mega money, dude.
Wait, why do you say that? Why this particular sour candy company?
Oh, dude. All right. So I've been watching him on YouTube for a long time. He's a funny dude. And he just like his shtick was always eating sour candy. And he's like, I'm gonna create a sour candy company. So he did like 2 years ago, and he's in Texas, starts off just selling online, gets in a couple gas stations around there, and he's always just posting about it. Then he's getting huge orders for, I guess there's a store in Texas called HEB. So he starts being in all these HEBs. Then he starts getting in a few Targets in Houston. Then all of a sudden he's in Targets nationwide. Then he's in like Walmart's, all this stuff. And he's like, dude, he talks about like the ins and outs of consumer packaged goods, CPG products. And he's like, dude, we're taking peg spaces from brands that have been around for hundreds of years.
Holy
and
fuck.
he's already done like hundreds of millions in sales and stuff with his product is just called Sour Strips, and the name of the company is called Actual Candy. And he's a funny, like he's a goofy dude. He's like, I was trying to come up with names, and I just Googled if actualcandy.com was taken, and I bought it. And yeah, he's a funny
protein
dude.
Candy. I've had
no, it's not protein candy.
What a big dreamer.
I used to watch him like back when I started getting into bodybuilding. Well, not
necessarily
bodybuilding.
Yeah.
That's how I was like, the name sounds familiar. You used to watch him and like Chris Jones a lot. I don't know if you know.
Yeah. Chris Jones is a cool dude. But I'm gonna try to work my way in. I'll announce it here on the pod. When he releases a new flavor of some sour strips, I'm gonna make him some cool Jordans for the photo shoot or something like that, man.
We'll get it to him. Dude, the Inspiriment army will get this to Max Tuning. We'll get him there
for sure.
That's sick. I actually, when you're talking about that I was thinking, holy fuck, that dude has big dreams. Like you start out like he's a fitness guy, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I guess did he start eating sour candy just as a bit? Like
it was kind of like he was just like I just like sour candy. Yeah. Like that's just my thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's like Marshawn Lynch with Skittles.
Yeah. Kind of in a way. Like that's just my thing. I go to movies and every time I buy sour candy, or if I go to the gas station, I'm gonna buy some sour candy. And he's always like, "This candy's never sour enough. I should just make sour candy." You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's fascinating, bro. Because like. There's so many. I mean, it's hard to have big enough dreams to think that you can just make a sour candy because you like sour candy and then get it into every store in America. It's like, I just don't even. It's crazy to me. Actually, it reminds me. I was watching a Lex Friedman podcast recently, and he was talking to a brilliant woman. Her name is Rana El Kalyubi, and she is she's one of the leading. I don't know what she considers herself, but, like an architect in emotional AI. And it's fascinating because Lex asked her if there was one thing she could tell herself when she was younger, what it would be. And she said, I'd tell myself to dream bigger and to make sure I'm not the one that gets in the way of my own dreams. And I was like, holy fuck, dude. Now it got me wondering, like, have I been getting in the way of my dreams? Have you guys been getting in the way of something bigger than what you could be doing? And this fucking guy was like, absolutely not. I want a sour candy company and I want it to be fucking everywhere. I'm like, that dude's got big dreams.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. These guys in Houston, there's like a group of friends and they just start businesses and they're all just uber mega successful. They're like, I'm going to start a company selling weightlifting belts. boom, right away, like millions in sales within a year or so. I'm going to start a company with a protein drink. Boom, like all just pop off. They all work out of these same warehouses that one of these dudes owns and stuff. It's crazy, man. Something brewing in Houston.
Dude, oh my God. I think, how cool would it be to get one of those dudes on here?
Oh
Just
man,
be,
that'd be awesome.
just be
That'd
like,
be
hey,
awesome, dude.
you guys are doing
That'd be
your own
awesome.
thing. Because there's clearly a recipe, right?
Yeah.
It's like they're different, they're totally different companies. So like
Yeah.
there's a recipe to starting it out. I would love to hear somebody's take on, hey, this is what we do. This is custom shoes. This is kind of what goes into it. Now, how would you approach it? Like, what's
Yeah.
your first step to turning this into something massive?
Yeah. I pretty much all of them really revolve around influencer marketing. So like when the guy was starting the sour strips, right away, he sent them to literally like every TikTok and Instagram influencer that he could find. And he sent them like a really cool gift box. All of a sudden, they're in a bunch of like David Dobrik YouTube videos. They're in like
Damn.
Addison Rae's Instagram stories. They're like, just everyone happens. All these rappers, NBA players have them like in their bags and stuff, like showing it. And it's really blown up. So it's been cool to see.
Can you do that with shoes? Is there like the capacity to do that? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, can you do that? Like what I wonder what you need to do that. If you decided I want to do influencer marketing right now, it's not like one person you send it to. It's like when you make a song, you send it to everybody, or this candy. I wonder if that's really a viable path without absolutely fucking breaking the bank.
I truly don't necessarily think so, because the reason that influencer marketing works is because in my head, what makes influencer marketing so such a great idea nowadays is you're getting people to instantly say, I want what that person has. Now, when you're making a one-of-one custom shoes for your favorite rapper, everyone who's a fan of that rapper can't go, I want what that person has and I want to go buy it right now, because they can't go and buy that same one-of-one pair of shoes from you. You know what I mean? It's not possible for you to stock 100 of a piece that you spent 50 to 100 hours on. You know what I mean?
You'd have to do something like Mosh and have your own silhouette, but I think even then you would be spending a boatload of money.
Or I know, like, in a way, I sort of wanted to do this at a different point when I was in the realm of like the Nike Roche era and stuff. And it's like, what if we sent this one shoe to somebody who posted, and then instantly people can go and check out from your website and get it delivered to them in 2 to 3 weeks. You know what I mean? And they're going to be a lot low, shoes that are on the lower priced end, but you're spinning in circles after a while. You know what I mean? It's really, really hard to do that.
Yeah, dude, so I don't know if this will be out officially whenever, like by the time this podcast airs, but this is my solution to this. And I'm really curious to see how this plays out in the next few years. Is I don't think you guys know this. Maybe you do, Sean, but I don't think you do, Dylan. Is I hired somebody to professionally model my first original 3D silhouette. So the next season of like the AR shoes will be an original silhouette now, which I'm fucking pumped for. I'm like, this is so sick.
Yeah.
So you 3D sculpted your own design?
Yeah. So I fully designed the shoes. It's based off of the New Balance 550, but with different proportions and a different side panel, stuff like that. And I fully designed it, and I sent it over to a professional modeler, and he made it. And he made a low poly version so I can do augmented reality with it. And then he made a super high poly version for like detailed 3D scenes and whatnot. So yeah, what's up?
All right, here's your clip, Zach. So Zach, all right, you got 30 seconds, right? So Zach, tell us how you're going to change influencer marketing in custom shoes.
Oh, absolutely easy. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to totally bypass the physical world. Fuck it. We don't fucking need it, right? We're going right into the digital space. And instead of going with all these 3D models that everybody uses, the Air Force, whatnot, right? We're going original model, okay? Full distribution at this point, because you're not limited to being able to send out $100 pairs of shoes to everybody, right? You're going to break the fucking bank. But if you make one 3D shoe, and you say, hey, little baby, I want to make you a 3D shoe, right? You go on, change the textures, boom, send it over to him. Totally free of charge. All right, Kendrick, boom, send it over. David Dobrik, PewDiePie. You list whoever the fuck you want, right? I can just design the shoe, send it over, make sure they can wear it as far as an AR shoe goes, and then it's everywhere. At that point, you say like, oh, well, how are you going to make money doing that? Well, then everybody sees your designs totally free, right? You can go wherever you want after that. You can go into physical shoes and make physical shoes for them. You can do NFTs and do NFTs for different artists, wherever. So that's the ultimate goal. That's what I'm thinking. What do you think, Sean?
Are you still doing your clip thing?
I'm just going off with Dylan. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I thought it was like a legit clip, dog. I didn't want to interrupt.
I'm trying to set you up. Get them Instagram clips.
No, big respect, dude.
Get them views up.
We'll see how that one turns out. That could either be phenomenal. Everybody who's listening to the podcast at this point is just like, I hate this so much. It's like whenever Twitch streamers are like, okay, here's where we start the YouTube video. Okay, what's going on, guys? We're going to go over. I love it.
Go ahead, John.
Oh, wait, what?
How are you going to change influencer marketing?
All right, I ain't got that far yet, man. All I know is how to paint stuff. I don't know. You
That's
asking me
fair.
hard questions, bro.
Dude, so here, another 30-second clip. Although it's probably not going to be 30 seconds. I'll cut this up after this. But here's another social media clip here. I genuinely believe that everybody will need to embrace AI for the future of art.
Oh, hold on. Pause. Since you just mentioned AI, how do you feel about AI art then, buddy?
Very controversial take.
So you mentioned it, so I just had to throw that out there, man.
Very controversial take.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe. I know that AI is made to amplify the human mind. Every single fucking person that says we are not going to have jobs because robots are going to take them all. We're not going to be artists because robots can be creative better. That's not goddamn true. Because ultimately, the artist determines culture. We determine what we want to see. Robots don't, right? But we are all limited by our own experiences at the end of the day. So everything that you've seen in your life, all your thoughts, everything you've had, that's what you know, and that's what will go into your art, right?
And that's what the robots know, right? Only what is in existence, they can't create anything new.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
But then that's the problem, because now they're just stealing people's art to create art.
That's what's currently happening.
Yeah, it's going to keep currently happening.
No, it's not. I disagree with that. That's where we differ. I don't think that it's going to keep happening, because right now what's happening is people hear the words AI art and they're like, oh, it's just fucking, I'm gonna throw up some post on Instagram and just, it's kind of like whenever NFTs first started, where people just made NFTs because that was the new thing. Now people are just making AI
people
art.
are making it. How do artists get paid when AIs are making art? How do an artist get paid?
So what do you mean by that, Sean? How do artists get paid? Because what I want to know is whose pockets are hurt by these AI photos. Tell me.
Well, it's not just necessarily that. It's just they're taking other people's art to make art. So basically, it's just like if I
give me a real example.
What do you mean?
Not
like
just I need people
like how you just
specific art style examples.
They have to use things that's already out there and in existence to create something. Mm-hmm. So they're taking the art, the AI art is then taking other people's art to make a piece of art itself. So they're stealing other people's work to create a piece of art and then saying this is my original art piece.
Who's saying this is my original art piece?
So I'll tell you, Dylan. I actually
programmed the app.
I'll chime in to help Sean here, because this is absolutely happening, and I can give you an example of it.
There's still signatures on some of the art from the AI art from the original artist.
So Yuko Art is an artist, and she specializes in Japanese illustration in New York. So she put
and
out
what's her medium?
Her medium is it's a lot of painting, but it's also a lot of like digital painting.
Okay.
She does like covers a lot of the time, but it's like really beautiful, ornate covers. So she kind of works in multiple mediums like drawing, painting, digital art, that kind of thing. So she put out a post that said, do not use the Lensa app's magic avatar generator. It uses Stable Diffusion, an AI art model, to sample artwork from artists that never consented to their work being used. This is art theft. And what I appreciate about this is immediately following, she goes into multiple artists that and cites the art being used for them the entire time, right? So like
maybe put these on the screen, Zach.
Yeah, I can do that afterwards instead of listing them all off. But yeah, so I'll do that. But that is absolutely happening. And Sean, to answer your question about this, right? The point where it's going to be beneficial to us is similar to the point when smartphones were beneficial to us, where at the beginning, smartphones only went to rich people and they're super unoptimized, right? It was like they're super expensive. They did almost nothing compared to what we do now. And they're more of just a like clout chasing type of thing. Like I have a smartphone. That's where AI is to me right now, as far as the art world goes. Where it's going to change is whenever smartphones become what they are now, where they're widely accessible, right? There's much more optimized. You can do so much. You can go on the internet. You can look up whatever you want, right? You get the point. The same thing's going to happen with AI, where instead of people just posting AI pictures, they're taking other people's art, turning it into AI art, generating it, calling it their own. What's going to happen is we're going to get to the point where we collectively as a group put information into the AI, and instead of calling that the art, we're going to use it as a way of improving our own art. So the same way Daniel Arsham put in pictures of a Porsche and used that to go beyond his own imagination and then started painting different variations of that. That's where I see it being beneficial, to go beyond the limitations of our own mind and then use that to create our own art.
So Sean, so let's say slightly alternate reality, Kilo 47 is a little bit more built out. It's already in like, there's more Kilo art in the world. Okay. As in you've put out more products. Maybe you've created like a comic book or just a more fleshed out world. It has its own dedicated Instagram page. There's just more Kilo 47 for the AIs to read. So now these AIs can, steal your artwork. Tell me why that hurts you.
I mean, because how doesn't it? There's no need for me if they can just copy everything that I do.
They can't continue telling the story of the characters.
They don't. But the thing is, I'm different, right? Because I primarily work on shoes.
This is why I was saying, give me a real example. This is why I'm saying. So here's your real example
about a digital artist or a concept artist, anybody that may draw any kind of scene digitally. There's no need for that artist if I can go anywhere with AI and type in whatever I want and get a concept design. I no longer have to pay an artist for a concept design. So I'm here trying to develop a character for a video game company. I can go to whatever AI I want to, put in the character attributes and get a piece of artwork. So now I no longer have to pay a concept artist. And not only that,
but you may not be able to be as specific as in, a company reaches out to you and they want to buy Kilo and they're like, we want the next character to be somewhat like Biggie, have this style of fro, these types of chains, blah, 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 like that. The AI maybe is not saying it can't be, but it might not be customized enough right now to do what then you would be able to do.
They can literally make whatever they want. You literally type in what attributes, whatever. You can put in black guy surfing on a moon, comic book style, and it will literally generate that.
Okay.
So there's no need to pay somebody when I can just do that for free.
Yeah. If it could spit something out as good as what you would be able to do as a digital artist, I know that's not even what you consider yourself, but what you could do with your characters, then that's alarming. But at the same time, there's still always just what if they want to change a few things? How do you then explain to the AI, hey, I want to make these tweaks,
literally
these proportions, you know what I mean?
So whatever description you want. Like there's one,
Yeah.
I don't think Lens is the one on Discord, but you go on, I forgot the one on Discord, but you literally just type in exactly what you want and it generates it.
Okay.
If you want to change anything, basically you just got to get familiar with, I guess, coding.
Okay.
But like I said, take me out of it because it's not going to affect us as much because we don't work more so in a digital.
But let's say Kilo was your only thing. If I was a
digital artist,
Kilo was your only thing.
Because then on top of that, right, what people are also doing is they're taking commissions, using AI art to make a commission and selling it like they created it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I want to chime in too, because I have an argument for Sean's point and a steel man against it, because ultimately I am very much so pro AI, very much so. But I will.
Can I say a super quick thing, Zach?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Super quick thing. Just talking about that point, I want to relate to our space. So, Sean, people using AI to create a character, then selling it off as their own. Let's assume that they were using it more beneficial to them to help get them a good starting point, and then really tweaking from there. It's not a direct correlation, but that's almost what you could say in our space of, is it cheating, or are you not a real artist if you're using a stencil for a logo or something like that? You know what I mean?
Because you're still producing the work, right? If you're using AI art from a place to learn and you're trying to use it to better yourself, I don't have an issue necessarily with that. But when you're using it in a way of being mean, malicious, or for personal gain or gain period, and it takes food out of other people's mouths, that's the problem. Because like I said, it's stealing people's work. One, they're not getting credited, and everybody knows how I feel about people's work being stolen. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. And if that's what it's doing, that's a problem. I don't have a problem with AI. I'm all for technology and all of that, but do I necessarily consider AI art? No, because there's no emotion behind it. There's no inspiration behind it. It's, to me, more so programming. And again, if it's coming from a place of learning, like Zach said, somebody use it to then better their own art pieces, that's fine. But if, again, you're using it because now you don't have to pay a concept designer to create an entire portfolio of concept art, well, that's just somebody that just lost money, that literally probably went to school for 4 years and is $100,000 in debt to learn how to draw. And now they don't get any kind of money or have a career because they're not needed anymore.
I don't know that that's necessarily your fault, though.
Wait, Dylan. Yeah, let me chime in, because I think we're going to say something similar. And the point I was going to bring up earlier, and like I said, I want to provide a steelman argument too. I think it's very important to understand both sides of it, because I think both sides are valid. But I will say, you said that there's no inspiration in it, right? And you said that there's very little creativity and that's stealing people's art. I think the role of the concept artist will just look very different. I don't think the role of the concept artist is going to be nearly as hands-on. I think it's just going to be, you still need somebody to pilot. You still need somebody to say, this is the character I have in my head. Here are the attributes that I think would work on this. Let's plug this into the AI and get this going.
That's where I'm at, Zach. Yeah.
But you don't have to, though. You can literally type it in Discord and it generates it.
Well, right.
I know somebody who's using that to generate concept art for an animation that they want to start.
Why
is that bad?
Why is that bad?
I'm not saying it's necessarily bad, but again, that's a concept artist or some kind of designer that's not getting paid. And to me, I don't believe AI art is art. That's just my opinion. There's no emotion behind it.
Is that just evolution, though?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you're coming up with,
but again, if it was you guys in a digital medium and you're not getting paid because there's no need for you, it's the same thing. But it doesn't affect us directly.
But it does.
How? We're not digital artists.
That's not true.
I'm not a digital artist. It doesn't affect us directly. It may affect us indirectly, but it doesn't directly affect me because I don't sell digital art. So the people it affects are the people that sell digital art. Because again, why am I now going to pay you as an artist to a print? I'm not going to spend $50 for a print from you when I can just go into any kind of AI and type in a Goku and get a design that I like and get it for free.
But the reason you buy from artist X isn't just because you love the way they draw Japanese koi fish. It's because their name is artist X and you want a piece from them.
That's if you're a
because
fan,
there's
there are also people that like to just buy products too.
Sure.
Not everybody's a fan of everybody that they
for sure
buy from.
For sure. But what you're talking about is what you keep going to is real artist affecting real artist pockets. Real artists sell through people that really enjoy their art, not just buying product.
Not necessarily either, because if you're a real artist and you're selling something at a premium price, sure, but there are real artists who sell prints for 20 to 25 bucks.
You're right.
That's affordable. And that's, again, the problem is, like I said, they're stealing art. And so even if it comes to a point where we're not stealing art, how are the artists that they're using their art from getting compensated? If you're using my art to create an image, how is that fair to me that I'm now not getting credit? But even if I get credit, quote unquote, a part of my art is in this piece of art because, again, it's digitally generated.
Isn't a part of your art taken from somewhere?
But I'm creating it though. It's not directly copied from something. So if I go on a shoe and I reference something, I'm still I'm hand painting it. It's not a one-of-one duplicate from whatever I'm taking from that.
Okay.
When it's generated, it's directly copied. It may be tweaked, but it's still directly copied from a print of Goku. That I created.
So let me ask both of you guys this. I think we can all agree that if the AI generation comes from essentially an array of other people's art where you can input, Goku, and it spits out whatever image of a combination of all other artists' Goku images, right? That seems wrong to a certain point. You can say it's wrong or you can say it's right, but the way that it's generating the image feels wrong, right? Just collecting it from other artists. Let me ask you guys this though. If there becomes an AI model where instead of doing it that way, what it becomes is 100 million, a billion, whatever the number is, bytes of different attributes, and that's what spits out your model. Is that different? So instead of saying, I'm going to collect Goku from thousands of artists, put it into here, you say, show me Goku, and that's the image that you get. What if instead it was a model built around like flame style hair, a bunch of different colors, a bunch of different attributes, insert whatever you want here, this style of pants from this era. What if you put out, give me that kind of a model and it spits out Goku? Is that wrong? Or is that just incredibly helpful?
Dude, I think that's cool. I mean, so Sean, let me say something real quick. Like, let's say you're further into Kilo. Let's say you like break Kilo down into like seasons or something like that. You're ready for like this huge arc and you need this like insane villain and you have all this imagery and you're trying to come up with the perfect villain and you just hit creative block and you ask the AI, you have maybe a few attributes like this villain, he's going to be inspired by like Jason. I want him to wear like a hockey mask and instead of a machete, he's going to borrow from Leatherface and use a chainsaw. So the two attributes are a freaking hockey mask and a chainsaw. And you have the AI spit out you 10 different things that you then pick pieces from each one to create your one thing that could help you get over your artist block. So maybe I'm just like kind of playing devil's advocate, but here's how it could be cool and beneficial to you in a way,
I mean, that's fine, right? So it's the same. it's the same thing of like referencing and copying, right? Everybody references everything. You'll look at another artist's work, take things from that piece and create it your own. But the thing is, you're creating it, you're drawing it. It's not something to where you maybe cutting out, putting it. You're creating a work of art, right? The issue I have, and I think a lot of people have with any of it, I'm not even saying I'm opposed to it because again, things change, technology gets better. The problem I have is it's stealing people's work and those artists not getting credit. One, and those artists potentially not getting any kind of compensation when people are making millions of dollars off of
who's making millions?
The companies that are the Lensa. They're going to make money. You have to purchase the app. I think it's not free.
But
okay, didn't even know that.
And I was gonna say I don't know the details too. Like, because the idea of someone getting their art stolen is fucked up. Nobody's gonna dispute that. But also, I think it's kind of clear that none of us have like done fully extensive research on the companies, how they're making money, and like if they're making money. Because if it's literally an app that for free is just a combination of your different artists that spits it.
I think it's like $5. It's not free.
Okay, if that's the case, then I totally understand that.
But even if it's not $5, they're bound to make money, and that's my issue. I'm cool with AI. I'm with you, Zach. I know you're the AI guy.
No, I don't know.
iRobot, and I know what robots do, bro. I'm with it. I will have a little Betty Crocker robot making my cakes, bro. I ain't tripping. It's just I don't want people to lose out on having a living when they work so hard to try to achieve.
Yes. I absolutely do not either. I don't know if I've sounded a little pro AI here. I probably have. I don't want anybody, as we say, getting food taken from their table in any way, any artist. But no matter what, even us as sneaker customizers, over time, we're going to have to adapt and evolve. Zach might be early on in this whole digital stuff. Who knows if it goes more that way or whatever, but over time, we're going to have to adapt and whatnot. You know what I mean?
And
it's hard to say 100 years from now, people are still going to be painting Jordan 1s to match Dragon Ball and Chicago White Sox. But you know what I mean?
But
be the Matrix, bro.
But I will say though, I can picture a world where physical art becomes more valuable because of the dichotomy that's created with digital art. Like the same way that this conversation is polarizing amongst us, and we can have talks like this and go back and forth and just spat at each other, and like it's for the point of conversation, but there'll be people that have this conversation that are much more aggressively against each other. And I think as that grows and as digital art grows, so will physical art, because you'll always have people the same way that there'll be people who are massively in the tech industry, they're massively involved, that will say, I'll put my phone down for a day and go in nature. I won't look at it the entire day. The same thing's going to happen with art. You're going to have people that will say, man, like, yeah, I work in, AI. Yeah, I work in 3D. That's what we have to do to adapt. I'm going to do a line of physical shoes, and it's going to go fucking nuts because everybody's still going to want that physical touch, man. Everybody.
Yeah, and on a way, 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 way smaller and dumber scale, it's like people are always going to want really fast and cheap IKEA furniture, and people are always, and then there's going to be other people who want
IKEA ain't cheap.
Facts, okay. Actually true.
Hang on, cheaper than getting something premium, handcrafted, made by a carpenter or something like that. You know what I mean?
My entire room's IKEA.
My entire studio's IKEA too. Don't get it twisted. You see them shelves? I think those are called. What are those ones called? Because they got names. They're not the lax. They're the. I don't know.
Aren't they all like Swedish? It's like
They're all
Blanca
Swedish
or
names.
something.
Yeah, I can't think of the names. I know the bookcase is Billy.
Billy the bookcase.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I think ultimately, right now where it's at is not good. But I also want to share something that I think you guys are gonna love, and this is why I am incredibly excited about this direction for art. Because like I said, right now it's in a bad place, but there is currently the capability for AI technology to take in a collection of writings. Hear me out when I say this, dude. A collection of writings from any individual, and using language learning, you can have a conversation with them through the computer. Let me put that in perspective, bro. There was somebody, this exists, this happened. There was somebody who took their dead father's writings that he did his whole life, they put it into an AI model, and he had a conversation with with his dead father through the computer.
I mean, I like the idea, bro. That's low key creepy. I'm not even gonna lie.
That's a Black Mirror episode.
Bro, I'm
It
not
is
even gonna
that
lie,
exists,
homie.
bro.
Yeah.
That
I'm
exists.
Well, now imagine, Zach, you're talking about writings. Imagine how much easier that's going to be for us who have thousands of hours of video, of audio, and you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah,
I'm like,
like,
this is
I don't know.
crazy.
Yeah.
And I know it's also scary, but like,
Oh, hey, no, it is scary, homie.
Hey, my AI, when my son and daughter want to talk to Pops when he's gone, man, it better talk with his hands, and it better not, you know what I mean? It better get it right. They better get it right.
dude. And on top of that, this is also fascinating, right? This is all, by the way, let's be, this is just a minor amount of research. So I'm sure there's infinitely more going on with this, but like, there's another ability as of right now where it's actually how they created the Moderna vaccine. I don't know if people know this, but the Moderna vaccine was created in 2 days. It was the distribution of it and jumping through all the hoops that took so long, right? And people still thought that it came out too fast. That's why there's all these like conspiracy theories and whatnot. It's like, how did we get that so fast?
Can I get Moderna, bro?
So technology now can create vaccines within days using AI models, which also means that they expect people to be able to outlive the rate of decay of the human body by the end of this generation, which means setting aside, getting hit by a car or like horrible, diseases that we haven't solved yet, whatever at that time, just the normal rate of decay of the human body through everyday experiences, we will be able to outlast. So
how do you outlast the decay? What do you mean?
So there's nothing saying that the human body has to die.
Okay.
In the sense that the reason that we die is because of things that we know. That's why doctors will tell you, hey, like go work out more or stop smoking. Like, because we know these things do that, right?
Okay.
But there's a natural rate of decay and depreciation to the human body that can get solved using AI in the medical field.
Like, and you can make your organs last for 200 years?
You can, I won't go, I don't have the full knowledge on it. I'm not going to act like I totally do, but this is currently the conversation and the direction that they're going with it.
Meanwhile, there's still no cure for cancer.
Over the next 80-ish years, we're going to need to find a way to dispose of 8 billion bodies.
Is that true?
There's 8 billion people on the planet. Figure average lifespan about 80. What are we going to do with 8 billion bodies?
What the fuck, bro? How did you think? Did you just think of that?
I'm just saying.
Bro, you're not the only deep thinker here, homie.
I just kind of blew my mind. I was like, what the fuck? That's a good point.
So this is some Twilight Zone stuff, man.
Well, and
if anybody's still here, God bless you.
Yeah, no.
Let us know. Let us know if you're still listening.
Yeah. Just type like "what the fuck" in the comments or something.
I just know there's a whole bunch of stuff we need answers to. So what you talk about, I need answers to. Cancer need answers to. The 8 billion bodies, I need answers to.
Did Han shoot first?
That like. Did you ever like this? Has nothing to do, but have you ever just thought about where all the chicken wings come from, bro?
Man,
like if you think of all the places on Earth that sell chicken wings, and
that's a lot of chicken.
Has two. Like where are they getting all these chicken from? Bro?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Oh my god! What if they found a way to just create chicken wings though? What if they're not even from chickens anymore?
I would not be surprised.
Like if you think about it, you go to Wingstop right now and get an order a 20 piece. That's
how many chickens? How many chickens are currently in every Wingstop?
You know, 20 chickens.
That's fucked up.
Or is that 40 chickens?
What?
10 chickens, right?
What? What for? What?
How many? A 20 piece? A 20 piece? 10 chickens.
Did you just ask how many wings it would take?
No, but I'm just saying,
wings?
Like you go to Wingstop, get a 20 piece wing, which everybody gets. That's 10 chickens.
Did you just not know 20 divided by 2? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I was thinking the other way, bro. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten today.
No, I'm fucking around.
Mr. I didn't hit the record button.
Yeah. Hey, come on now. Come on. Chat didn't know that up until this point. Oh, the last little cap I just want to put on this. I won't share any more like deep facts or anything like that, right? The point of me sharing those facts though isn't to like scare anybody or just show how knowledgeable I am, because let's be honest, all this was just fucking podcasts and Google searches, so anybody can do it. The point of sharing it is like that stuff that we can find out right now through podcasts and Google searches. Imagine how we'll be able to contribute to like the creative industry and as artists with the things that we don't know that will come out in the next like 10 years, bro. And nobody wants to see the fucking human race or the art field just die. It's the point of doing it is to enhance the human mind. That's what it's always been.
Yeah, we need to see what's going on in the rest of the ocean, man. Because how much have we discovered of that? Legit, the number's dumb, right? Mm-hmm. What is it?
I don't 10,
20, know. 25% of the ocean or something ridiculous?
Yeah, it's crazy.
We've been to Mars,
bro.
It's not even that?
I don't think. 25? Dude. Hell no.
Dude.
I think, yeah.
That is insane. And how it's pitch black down there, bro?
Yeah, you know, mermaids down there.
Man.
Atlantis.
Man, did you guys see that movie, The Meg, where they show you kind of like go through another, like there's another layer and that's where the Meg was and stuff? And
what is the Meg?
The megalodon shark.
That's the megalodon. Like I know what the fucking megalodon is, Sean. Don't give me that. I just didn't know it was abbreviated.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Jason
kind of stuff
Statham movie,
me, bro. I would want to see something, like not necessarily see it, but I've always wondered what was in the ocean.
Right, dude. Man.
Oh my God. Sean, make a kilo shoe. Make one of the characters live underwater, bro. You can create what's in the ocean.
In the deep
I already
depths.
have that in works, man. I have people that live under in the ocean, on the ocean, and underground too.
Oh, that's sick. That's fucking awesome.
Some cave dwellers.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I mean, honestly, it's kind of the whole thing is pretty scary, but it's also the reason why, like, when people say we want more like physical stuff from me, I too want to do more physical stuff, but there's so much to learn as far as all this goes. And I feel like if I'm not constantly learning, I'm not going to be prepared for whenever the time comes that like it's fully embraced. So I'm like, fuck, man, there's so much shit to learn at any one point, you know. I'm just like, I don't even know where to take a lot of this. I'm just kind of going with the flow.
So this episode
by now to have a flying car.
Yeah. Hey, bro, the Jetsons was like the 60s. And they said we were going to have them. We don't have them.
We're a goddamn failure as a human race. Let's be honest.
That was shout out to Papa DeJesus. I think he said that was his favorite cartoon when he was a kid.
Aww.
Anyways, this is coming up as an end of the year episode. Quick little clips. What are you boys excited for in 2023? What are you feeling? TikTok, Instagram Reels? What's going to blow up? Going to blow up the YouTube?
Probably gonna be something new, some new algorithm, something new they're gonna introduce. You gotta like rap and make beats while you paint to get page engagement.
YouTube Shorts are gonna be monetized 2023.
Yeah, like 5 million views, you get 50 cents.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this show, to be honest with you. I think just in what we've talked about, like we've just scratched the surface of what we want this to become. And now that I can do a lot of the editing and whatnot faster, we're gonna be rolling, baby. I think that's one of the things I'm most excited about for. But I honestly, Dot Swoosh and Nike, whatever the fuck that is, I'm really curious about. Really curious.
I saw that. I didn't know what it was. What is it?
It's from what I understand, I don't have a lot of information, right? I'm on the beta, but not like I don't get any really exclusive information yet. So from what I understand, it's a new platform / marketplace where the items that you post on it and the content you post on it, you own. So like say you make a video, Dylan, where it's like, or you know, you're talking about Vic with Cooper Cup or you with any of your cleats. Then the video that you create, like revealing the cleats with the players, will act as its own digital asset. So Instagram won't own that anymore. You will own that. That's so.
What's the difference?
Whatever. I honestly don't fucking know. And that's kind of where I'm at. Is like I'm not gonna say like that's gonna be the next big thing because I don't even know what the fuck it really is. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm excited for it. You know.
So I don't own my video that I post to Instagram in a way that I would on this platform.
That's the idea. The idea is when you post it, you have the ability to do what you want with it. So if you want to say this video is for sale, you can put it for sale. Whereas you,
but see, but would that have to then be something to where you have to basically have 100% original everything in it? Because now, like, if you have a Nike shoe and you can't Nike now comes, oh man,
copyright, trademark, all that stuff. Sure, the music to it and everything. Yeah,
that's a good point. Actually, I don't know.
Honestly, I haven't even heard the words till you guys said it, so I don't know anything about this.
I heard it before. I don't know where from, and then I saw it on the store, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's like a platform.
So it's a social media platform.
It's okay. Let me. I don't know. I would like to be super clear. I don't know. I really don't. I haven't gotten any information directly yet. They were just like, you know, do you want to be involved? It's like, sure. That was pretty much where we're at. So I think I know more information will come out, and as I know, then I will share it with you. And I think Nick may know more.
Who asked you if you want to be involved, Zach?
It was like it's a whole thing. I'll talk to you about it, like,
sorry,
later.
It just lagged out.
Oh yeah, I think it is still lagging.
You signed an NDA, he can't talk about it.
I just don't know if I can. That's all. I really don't. So
NDA, bro.
Okay, now you guys are back. I didn't hear you for a bit.
No, I just said I don't know if I can share. So when I find out more, then I'll definitely, like, I'll share what I can share. You know what I'm saying?
Do I know what you're saying, Zach?
Do you?
No.
Well, all right then.
Oh yeah, this
keep it on the hush hush.
Technology, AI talk, bro. I'm a simple man. It's like to pick up a paintbrush and paint.
I feel that. Heard that. I wish I didn't hear that, but I heard that.
Back in my day, times was simpler. You had some pastels and a paper plate, and you was good to go.
Facts, baby. I think I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, that's only gonna be more in demand.
What?
Exactly what you're talking about, bro. Just picking up a fucking paintbrush and doing what you want to do. I know it doesn't seem like it now, bro, but that's my bet. If I'm guessing what's gonna happen next year, I don't fucking know. If I'm guessing what's gonna happen like 10 years from now, I guarantee physical art will be thriving more than it ever has.
Speaking of, yeah, hopefully. Have you even made a physical pair of shoes recently?
It's been a while.
Yeah, bro, you gave up on it.
No, I want to. That's actually not the issue. The issue, one, is fucking money, because I've put so much time and money into the digital stuff recently. I haven't been able to buy the shoes that I want to buy for this. But secondly, is literally just time. Like I said, I just don't you know, you said it. You only got 24 hours, not 26, not 25. So that's the next thing, though.
Do you have a plan on dropping a pair anytime soon?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I already have designs, so I just got to buy the shoe and get on it. Yeah.
That's
Sean. We got to make it a damn lock it in for 23. We got to do a YouTube collab, man. Outside of all the stuff we're gonna do with Inspiriment, but we gotta
know what you want to do
on our pages. Player. Drop a
just
banger.
Don't show me up with all your fancy edits and stuff.
Come on, man. Keep up.
Sean, I would love to see. I think if I was the most curious about one person in 2023, it's you.
Why?
You're because you're a goddamn open book. You're just a door that is like fully open, but I can't see anything inside. Like, as far as Kilo goes, every time I ask you about it,
me.
You're an open book that doesn't have anything to offer right now. Like, because you have so much that you want to do, and every time I ask you about Kilo, you're like, yeah, there's just so many ways I can go with things. It's so many things I want to do. So I'm looking at this door. It's wide open. You're an open book. I just don't hear anything. I'm like, I just want to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, man. I'm like you, bro. It's no time. Like, I wanna have my next shoe. I was shooting for January, but I doubt that's gonna happen. I was hoping it's like the new year, kick it off with the new pair of Kilo shoes, but maybe like midway. But I think right now I'm working on ways to display it. Because now I think I want to start getting more stuff into like art galleries and museums. So I wanted to look like a complete set, the display with the shoes instead of just shoes with the shoebox. And then just new ways of uploading content, and then the videos for YouTube. I think I did better with my last one with Meilani of storytelling and all of that. And so I'm just trying to build on it, bro.
Absolutely, bro. I can't wait. Wait, Dylan, so what are you thinking for 2023? What are your thoughts?
Just more of the same. More of the same, man. Try to be more consistent with it. You know what I mean? Try to be every year try to up the quality of my artwork, try to up the quality of presentation, try to up the production quality to the way the content's presented and things like that, and hopefully get some people on board to help with that.
Fuck yeah. But like what do you see happening in 2023? Like, especially let's just talk specifically about customs now. Like we look back at the last year and all the trends that popped up.
Okay.
Do you have a prediction for what next year's next thing is going to be?
Ooh. Man. So hard to know. So hard to know. Because what would you say 2022 was the year of? You know what I mean? Would you say it was the year of anime or something? Would you say 21 was the year of the dyed sneakers? I don't really know what you would say, so what 23 is going to be? Oh man, I don't know. Really tough to predict trends like that, you know what I mean? But hopefully more people doing original stuff, you know what I mean? More artists putting out more premium work, raising the entire industry, putting the industry more at the forefront of people's minds in terms of being a legit art space, not just another pair of shoes that happen to be 5% cooler than what you could buy at the mall currently. You know what I mean? So you only want to pay 5% more. Hopefully it'll just continue to be taken more seriously, and all of all the people in our space will be able to make a good living out of this.
What about content? What kind of content do you think will be? Do you think it's catering more towards long form? Like, you think it's going to be more short form and attention grabbing, like Mr. Beast style?
God, man. Yeah, the challenges and stuff. And it's like, I think so many people are trying to do in a way what this is, where it's like you have one long form thing, but then it's spruced up into a bunch of short form things. And it's tough because like my favorite is the medium form content. You know what I mean? Like the 10-minute stuff where it's a YouTube video, but how do you hold someone's attention for 10 minutes nowadays? It's tough. You're either signing up for a 30-second thing that you can scroll past, or you're going to throw something on in the background for an hour and a half, like a podcast. You know what I mean? So how do you capture that in between audiences? It's tricky for a lot of creators right now. You know what I mean? So the short form stuff isn't going anywhere. That's for sure. Probably even more of that.
Do you feel the same way, Sean? Like, what's your prediction for content coming up?
I mean, it's hard to say because I think it just goes more of what's trending. I just think it takes for something to get popular, and then that's when it just kind of takes off. And so I like Dylan's like, I don't think short form's going anywhere, but I can't say for sure that long form or medium form won't improve. It's just like with anything else, it just takes somebody with the influence and the following to put that style of content out there and to popularize it, and then everybody else will kind of follow suit, I guess.
I hope more people can grow in the I'm going to call it the custom sneaker space on YouTube, because just feels like there hasn't been like a
bro, it's terrible.
It's tough. You know what I mean? So how can more people pop off within that space? How can there be new forms of content that resonate with people? And you know what I mean? Hopefully we see some new stuff in that world.
Yeah, it's like, even like outside of me, I think the art space is harder to grow in now because people are doing like way more over the top type things. Like in a sense more so already successful YouTubers because they have the budget for it. So then it was like people get used to seeing that. So then when it comes to just like your normal everyday art that used to intrigue people, it's like, bro, I've seen better.
Yep. It's like you need to absolutely blow them away by only showing them 2 seconds of a blank canvas and then holy crap, here's 100 hours of work. Or, you know what I mean? It's hard to just, your everyday stuff now get people still interested. You know what I mean?
Dude, you know what I've been contemplating though, and this might be my soiree into YouTube whenever I find some time, apart from Inspiriment. But I don't know if you guys have noticed the same thing, but wait, have you ever heard of CoffeeZilla before?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so there's like a new YouTube trend that I've noticed where a lot of the Twitch streamers have come over and started YouTube channels this year. So it's kind of brought in like a new meta of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the styles of video that is doing really, really well recently is very high quality, medium form content, like you were saying, Dylan.
Okay.
And it's like high quality in the sense that maybe, so CoffeeZilla does it great, where he's like a private detective of sorts on YouTube. He has this really cool like 3D setup behind him that's like green screened in, and he'll have notes, and he's literally a private journalist. So for example, the whole thing going on with the FTX fraud scandal, he would hop into Twitter, what do you call it, rooms, where they're like where they have the chats. I can't remember what they call it, but the FTX CEO would be in these chats, and he'd hop in and he'd be like, just berate him with questions like, hey, this is what the people want to know. You're answering like this, but this is what we want to know, and people love it. It's like fully in depth, full everything, and I think that that's fascinating because you can go that like way over the top quality, high production value, but then you also have like podcasts like Lex Friedman, where it's quite literally like just the name of the guest, it's a picture of the guest, and they sit down, they talk, and it ends, and he's one of the biggest podcasts in the world, you know?
Yep.
So I think quality is probably going to be popping up here a lot more than quantity on YouTube. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Man, yep. Yeah. I don't know. It's like, I think at this point, it's qualities for the most part. I want to say like 90% of people is going to trump everything because, at this point, it's 2022. YouTube's been out for what, since 2005, 6?
Yep.
So at this point, if people don't get that high quality, that they expect, they just, and it's so saturated.
Or as a creator, I'm sure you, Sean, like you don't even want to put it out. Like I've scaled back so much on the quantity because I just don't want to put out something that I don't like. Just absolutely love and want to pour my heart into, Yeah.
It's bro.
Yeah.
So it's niches, man. It's like, even if you just look at like YouTubers that have 5-6 million subs, but now their view count is like 20,000.
Yeah.
It's completely different.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the creative thing or if it's because they're not changing their content to keep up with the 5 minute. I'm gonna just blow up a car real quick. I just bought a Tesla.
Give away $1 million.
Yeah, because that's what people want to see. But not everybody has that budget. So
right. Now this kind of goes back. This is kind of like a full circle moment for me though, because we brought up at the beginning talking about dreaming big, and we've often talked about how customizers kind of limit themselves as the person that sits in their house and paints what they can with the budget they can instead of treating it like a business. So, as we're talking about this, I'm thinking, we don't have the budget, but nobody has the budget to start a fucking business. That's why you take a loan, you get a direction, you get a business plan. Is that the next step for customizers is to really take ourselves seriously, say, this is the content that's required. If I want to make it, I'm going to really go for it. I'm going to take out a loan. I'm going to create my own little production company, hire whoever I need to. And this is going to become much bigger than what it is,
if that's, you mean for YouTube?
Dude, for everything, for customizers as a business.
Loan, bro. I got a loan, but if you're going to treat it like a business, man, you're going to have things that help you get started, unless you're, working your primary job and clocking some major paper. Me, I started during COVID, bro, so I wasn't working.
Yeah, me too. I honestly don't even know what I would use a loan for right now. I have an idea, but I haven't not. I feel like I need that click where it's like I've got kind of seeds sown everywhere right now, and like everything's budding, but nothing's like fully sprouted. I think once I get that sprout and I know a direction with it, then I can be like, okay, so this is where I should be putting my money, run with it.
Dylan?
I think you scale businesses at the rate of income.
What do you say?
It's my take.
Really?
I'm a little different. Yeah.
Can you elaborate on what that means?
Yeah, I just think you start without rather than let me get a loan to hire a production company and stuff, you need to first prove there's a demand and just start filming YouTube and content with your iPhone and a terrible mic and terrible video and do all that rather than diving in, being in debt to have videos to hope that those pop off and can in turn make you money. First, you just need to prove there's a demand. And then over time, as you grow and you start to make money, then you continue to, all the money stays in the business, continues to, you know what I mean? On the early days in the grind, you know what I mean? You continue to buy things that will help your production quality and things like that. And so you scale with the, income and things like that, rather than, diving in right away, all in. That's my take.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, what are you saying makes sense when you're an artist, because if you again, you may think you're better than what you are, and if your art ain't popping, bro, it don't matter what kind of loan you take out, you ain't gonna sell nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Your YouTube videos and content can be bad at first, but if the idea is there, because it's all about the idea. Even if you have the right gear and everything, if the idea isn't good, it doesn't matter what it's filmed on. It doesn't matter what it looks like or sounds like. If it's not a good idea, you can have like nowadays, how short form content works so much. If you try putting a super long thing that doesn't have a quick attention grabber on Instagram, even if it's filmed by a production team, it's going to be scrolled right past. You know what I mean? Versus somebody who jumps out, hey guys, today we're going to be popping up, and it's filmed with the with their iPhone. It's like, so, you know what I mean? First, it's all about the idea, and then in building from there. I mean, look at any of your favorite YouTubers. Their early videos are going to be very, 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 very bad,
Yeah.
So, and they should be. Your stuff should be bad at first. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I think a loan for an artist will be more so better for like equipment or things like that to improve your craft. So like a 3D tower, if you need like an iPad because you want to get into like digital mock-ups or something. So I'm gonna get a loan so I can get like an iPad or like a sewing machine. I think things that can help you improve as an artist, as opposed to just thinking it's going to make your business. That makes sense.
I think as we're talking about this too, by the way, I totally agree with that for sure. It was I more wanted to introduce it as a way of thinking, because I do still believe that it'll always depend on the individual. Because I can also see it working in the sense that, the same way you have people that will start like creative agencies. And, like I have some good friends, the Hounds in Pittsburgh, who they hire freelance videographers, and they hire like consultants and whatnot. So essentially they do a lot of the stuff themselves as well, but they kind of act as a consultant and mediator for different companies. So somebody will be like, hey, I've got this budget of $20,000. We want to start, our production of media. Can you guys help us? And they'll say, yeah, and they'll find whoever they need to do that. I think that's like a very fascinating approach to this as well, where maybe your loan isn't necessarily equipment, but your loan can be put into hiring and the right people once you find the right people to scale the way that you need to right off the bat, but the demand will always have to be there. I totally agree with that there's no point in just buying all this fucking stuff and then being $80,000 in debt because you just bought top of the line equipment whenever there's no idea and no demand for it. So totally agree with that. I think we're at 120 now. So I wanted to say, if you guys have made it this far, down below in the comments, let us know what you think we have in store for 2023. And let us know
what you want to see.
Yeah, what you want to see in 2023. And also, I think it'd be interesting to hear different people's thoughts on how they'd sum up 2022 as far as trends go. What did you guys think was the most memorable stuff in 2022? So as we're wrapping this bad boy up.
Popping, dog.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you guys have anything coming up? Dylan, I know that you just wrapped a lot of your stuff up. So is there a lot of content coming out for you as far as the cleats go?
Dude, honestly, like I film so little this year. I usually put out a my cause my cleats video, but this year was just such a rush that I don't even plan on making a video. But getting back into, I've got some cool YouTube videos down the line, and just getting back into the swing of that. Hopefully being able to put out a couple a month is the plan and stuff. So just back to normalcy, basically.
Like sometimes you just want to get stuff done, bro.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to record.
Yeah. Oh my God. You ain't kidding.
Knock it out.
You ain't kidding. Knock it out and get it out. You know what I mean? Clean the damn space after.
Hell yeah. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining in. I hope that you enjoyed the episode. Dylan, it was great to have you back, brother.
Yeah, buddy.
I missed having you on.
Missed you fellas. Yep. We back. We
back, baby. We'll talk to you guys next week. Adios.
See you guys.